lockdowns were invalid due to illegal implementation rules, Canadian court. On Tuesday, an Alberta court declared that COVID-related lockdown orders, they were invalid. As a result of the ruling in Ingram versus Alberta, prosecutors may have to drop charges against individuals, churches, and other organizations in various ongoing cases. Justice Barbara Romain sided with the applicant, citing that the Chief Medical Officer of Health, CMOH, had overstepped her authority by delegating decisions to the Cabinet, which was not permissible under Canadian law. During the trial, the CMOH herself testified that she only offered advice and recommendations to politicians without making the decisions herself. Justice Romain did acknowledge that the lockdowns breached the rights in Section 2 of the Canadian Charter, but clarified that they would not have violated the Charter had they been implemented lawfully. Romain wrote, "If I am incorrect with respect to whether the orders were legal, these infringements were justified as reasonable limits in a free and democratic society pursuant to Section 1 of the Charter," she said. 9 months into the health emergency, Rebecca Ingram and other applicants initiated a court action, marking the first challenge against the lockdowns. Canadian courts permitted the Alberta government to postpone presenting evidence until July 2022, allowing them to continue infringing on citizens' rights without any oversight. John Carpe, president of the Justice Centre for Constitutional Freedoms, expressed jubilation over the ruling and its implication for other ongoing cases in the courts. "We are hopeful this ruling will mean the withdrawal of charges against Pastor James Coates, Fairview Baptist Church, Ty Northcott, and other courageous citizens who refuse to comply with unjust and utterly unscientific measures," Carpe said. Carpe stressed in a statement to the Federalist that this ruling marks a significant milestone in the legal standing of Canadian lockdowns, and he said courts have been differential to the government and not requiring them to demonstrate that lockdowns are doing more good than harm or present persuasive evidence. "It's a breath of fresh air to see a court invalidate these," he said. The decision arrives in the midst of a continuous series of persecution and mistreatment by the Canadian government, which involves the mistreatment of Christians and the classification of dissent as terrorism. Former CBC reporter Marion Klokwack stated that the nation's Citizens Inquiry, NCI, that the outlet suppressed negative stories about COVID shots and lockdowns. And this is on Great Game India. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.